he again pulled out that "you're a nasty person" comment that he loves to go
nasty woman,
to.
or he called her a nasty person?
No, he said nasty person this time.
Wow, he actually grew.
Yeah,
He evolved with the
It's
times.
progress.
Bro, can you imagine having a jury say that you sexually abused someone and the next day calling a woman a nasty person on live TV and people cheer? Like, what world do we live in?
Like, I don't know why CNN is pretending they don't know that he's just going to flat out lie. You can't fact check someone that only lies.
We are everywhere. We are everywhere except for Truth Social. Former President Trump. He has his own platform where, he tweets out shit.
Yeah.
Do you think that we should be on his platform? Do you think that they have a live feature? And if so, should we stream there too?
I'm good on that, but I know that it's not as successful as he would have hoped. I'm fine on that one. I'll stick to the major social media platforms for now. I think we're good here.
Yeah, he actually, we talked about his indictment in New York. He also had a civil trial, for sexual assault, defamation, and rape. He was found liable for sexually abusing and defaming E. Jean Carroll in this civil trial in order to pay $5 million in court.
Oof.
And Trump took to his website, Truth Social, and said, "I have absolutely no idea who this woman is. The verdict is a disgrace. A continuation of the greatest witch hunt of all time."
Wow.
He seemed really upset. He did this in all caps. We didn't even have time to cover this.
We did.
It's just so much shit going on, as well as him campaigning for 2024 on the Republican Party again to be president again. It's just so many headlines. But what did you make of this trial? Do you think it's going to hurt him? Because, he also did a CNN town hall this week with I feel like the whole crowd was his supporters.
Yeah.
And they seem to be clapping along with everything he said, including talking about this trial.
Listen, they did not care. They did not care. I mean, this man has quotes where he's saying you can grab him by the pussy, and now he's been found liable for sexual assault, not for the actual rape itself, but for sexual assault. So I just don't think his supporters really give a fuck, honestly. They're all in.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this has always been the case with them.
Yeah.
But, we talked about CNN and them having a change in leadership after the Andrew Cuomo thing, Chris Cuomo thing. They fired the president. They got rid of Don Lemon.
Exactly.
They said we're gonna have a show with Gayle King and Charles Barkley, and also we're gonna bring Trump in for a town hall in the middle of a rape case. What do you make of this move from CNN? Do you think they're getting super desperate? Because it is feeling a bit like 2015 again.
Yeah. I mean, it makes you wonder just what exactly does CNN want from this? They're bringing a lot of attention back to him. They had the town hall the day after this, announcement came out that he's, owing $5 million to Jean Carroll. It's thirsty. It's thirsty on the part of CNN. I think they're floundering a little bit where they're trying to get as many people to watch as possible. They had Caitlin Collins, who was previously the White House correspondent for CNN. And she just right after this got promoted. And now she's got a primetime slot, 9 p.m. on CNN for her own show. So clearly they see some success with her and the way that she's received based on the ratings. And they're going to ride that success.
Yeah. I don't know how far it's gonna go. I don't know what type of viewers they're trying to attract with this, or if they're just trying to get Trump back in office. Because the last time they actually had good ratings was when they were talking about him every day. Yeah. Do you think that we see a lot of these news companies folding every day? Vice News, MTV News, BuzzFeed News, just in the last couple of weeks. Do you think these news stations? We talk about social media taking over. Do you think these news stations are getting so desperate that they might just be opening, openly empowering bad ideas for ratings? Even though they've been talking shit about that for the last few years?
It's possible. Don't you think? Because I think that when you look at it, first we saw the way that media was impacted with newspapers. People stopped buying newspapers, so everybody started going online for their news and things like that. Now we see that people maybe even aren't even watching TV as much the way that they used to. They're still just going on their phones, looking at different clips, social media, whatever's popping up. So I have to assume that their ratings are struggling and that they're trying to figure out ways to get viewers. But this whole town hall thing, it got some really bad feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got really bad feedback. People were upset. They said it's a total debacle. I've never been more ashamed to work at CNN. I don't think anyone came out looking good. This is entirely corporate and management failure.
These are people who work at CNN.
Yeah, anonymously, of course.
Okay.
But they weren't happy because they basically stacked the crowd for this town hall with his supporters, so that they could get these kind of visceral reactions from people. When he says something, they support him. When he says something crazy to Caitlin Collins, he again pulled out that "you're a nasty person" comment that he loves to go
nasty woman,
to.
or he called her a nasty person?
No, he said nasty person this time.
Wow, he actually grew.
Yeah,
He evolved with the times.
Progress. That is progress, right? So I think they're leaning into this kind of this. I don't know.
Bro, can you imagine having a jury say that you sexually abused someone and the next day calling a woman a nasty person on live TV and people cheer? Like, what world do we live in?
Dude, people asked him in the town hall if what he thought about that, and he was like, I don't even know her.
Yeah.
Like, he just flat out lied. Like, I don't know why CNN is pretending they don't know that he's just going to flat out lie. You can't fact check someone that only lies.
Yeah, it's a joke, bro. I don't know. You think he's going to end up being president again? Because they actually asked him, like, what he would do with, like, the invasion in the Ukraine with Russia. Like, and he didn't take a side.
He did not take a side. Let's take a listen to what he had to say about this.
Do you know the U.S. solar company's
we've got some
nasty little
ads here.
secret?
Bear with us,
well,
please.
it turns out if you live in New Jersey, they have to give you solar panels for
he
absolutely
refused.
no net.
He was not going to get pulled into
If I'm
that.
president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours.
How would you settle that war in one day?
24 hours.
I'll meet with Putin. I'll meet with Zelensky. They both have weaknesses and they both have strengths. And within 24 hours, that war will be settled. It'll be over. It'll be absolutely
Do you
over.
want Ukraine to win this war?
I don't think in terms of winning and losing. I think in terms of getting it settled so we stop killing all these people and breaking down this country. Now,
What do you?
That man's got PTSD. He said, I don't think about winning and losing. He's still upset about that election.
Bro, he said in the town hall that the shit was stolen again. He has not learned his lesson.
He's not going to back down from that. He's not. It doesn't matter that Dominion won so much fucking money because people were slandering their name.
Yo, nothing matters, bro. Nothing clearly matters. He's getting applause like right after he gets they find him guilty of some shit that happened in the 90s. It's nuts. But hey, that's why I said, like, I think he's going to end up winning the Republican side of it. But I don't know if he'll win the total election.
Okay, so you're saying he's getting the nomination.
For sure. I mean, the Republican Party is still afraid of him and behind him. You got Marco Rubio, standing up for him. And we saw how he humiliated that man for years.
Yeah. Told him how small his hands were and everything.
Yeah, but these Republicans are a mess. Trump's buddy, Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York City, he was called a national hero back in 2001 when the World Trade Centers were attacked on 9/11. But now, in the past, I would say 15 years.
Not so much.
It's been bad for him. Ever since, Obama got elected, he was just super racist openly. And then, we saw Borat 2 when he pulled his dick out in the hotel room. And now he's being sued from his former worker for what, like $10 million?
Yeah, seeking $10 million in damages.
Damn.
There's like a laundry list of things that she's accusing him of too. It's pretty nasty. So
it's the worst job ever. Like that's all. Like that's just Like who? I hope this was not in the job description. She's saying it wasn't, but she's saying like the assaults happened really early on in her employment. I think like the first day.
Dude, it's bad. She said the first day of work, he groped her in the SUV.
Damn.
He didn't want to pay her the $1 million salary that she was owed because his ex-wife was crazy.
Yeah. What did the two have to do with each other? And how do you keep? Is she not getting paychecks and she was still putting up with this? Like $1 million salary,
dude. She said that 4 days after her first day of work, she arrived to like his apartment. He smelled like alcohol, and she got drunk with him. Like she had like maybe 3 glasses of wine or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then he like pulled down his pants and was like, "Give me head."
Wow, that's gross. Damn, she deserves $1 billion for this in damages.
Yo, he yanked her up by her hair and was just like, "Get to work," and she did it.
Damn. Yeah, she needs to get, and she wasn't even getting paid on the 5th day. Damn, how long did she work for him? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't see it in here. But there's a lot of crazy stuff. She said that he took Viagra all the time. He drank morning, noon, and night. It's just he's a scumbag. Like we knew over the last handful of years based on some of the interactions and probably well before that as well.
Yeah.
But this is bad.
Yeah, this is gross. This is worse than his hair dripping down his face, bro. Like this is worse than the way he looks. It just makes it so terrible. Do you think that she's gonna win? It seems like she has a lot of evidence.
She probably does. I mean, she was close to him, and clearly, and I think she probably documented a lot of stuff from day one. She was like, "I'm gonna get the bag."
Yeah, you know what was crazy? Speaking of getting the bag, it said that Trump and Giuliani, they were paying $2 million for pardons.
$2 million per pardon.
I mean, I would pay that if I had it. You know, I would much rather. If I'm rich, hell yeah.
But the thing is, they were probably selling pardons to people that were never going to get charged, but because they were close enough to Trump, and there's been so much like scandalous shit going on over the last throughout his term, and then since, he probably was just like, yo, you're really close to this. If there's any blowback, I think you probably want to know that you're going to be taken care of. Like,
yeah,
that's probably how the conversation went.
Some real mafioso shit, yo. Do you think that he's going to fall down like Trump and end up losing this lawsuit?
You know, this is like a civil suit right now.
Yeah, just Trump's was civil too. That's why he has to pay $5 million.
But
which I don't think he'll end up paying.
but depending on like what actually documentation she has, proof and things like that, this could become criminal too.
Did they say that?
That's what the way that I'm looking at it. I didn't see anything that said that, but these are some pretty scandalous allegations that like there's legal stuff with this.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll stay tuned. This story did not surprise
me. And it's not like this happened in the 90s. This was 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Damn, that's crazy. Well, seems like she just wants to get paid. She was working overtime. Yeah. Prayers, thoughts and prayers. It sounds like an awful situation.
All because he wanted to be like Bill Clinton.
Yeah, that's what he said. Damn, that's gross.
Nasty white man.
Hey, this is America, bro. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.